Hello everyone, this is Jebro, and today I'm going to be going through the Mesmer build for the meta of the EU at the moment. Obviously this could change over time, but the Season 1 obviously has been and gone. Season 2 is here, and a lot of Mesmers are currently playing this build at the moment. What is it about? What is it called? Well, I don't know what it's called exactly, but I'd say it's just a conditioned Mesmer, which can bring back a lot of its clones and phantasms, and it has a lot of shatters as well as a lot of rejuvenation through the shatters, including being able to heal and cleanse yourself from conditions, being able to put out Moa there as well. There's a lot of you've got the transformations, you get your shatters back, you've got mobility, and you've got some team utility as well as doing some nice condition damage yourself. So there's a lot of stuff this build brings. It's got a lot of utility as well. So we're going to just go through this as we normally would, probably in with the builds videos that I do. Again, there's not going to be a massive amount of skill. There's not going to be a massive amount of tips here or anything. It's just going to be going through the build and talking about it very quickly. So staff, sword, shield with Nightmare Rune, which you can choose to change that up if you want, but that's a fair few people. I've seen strength as well, and Mercenary's Amulet, of course, condition damage with power. Obviously, very strong amulet for Necro and Mesmer now. And we're going for illusions, going for inspiration, and going for Chrono. So let's have a look. Illusionary Retribution. So that's going to inflict confusion on damage on confusion. Sorry. So when you shatter, you get confusion. We've got a lot of shatters coming out. We can rejuvenate our shatters as well. We've obviously got continuing split. Confusion's everywhere, all over their face. Persistence of memory, shattering a phantasm recharges all phantasms by a small amount, and that recharge time is reduced by 2 seconds. So you obviously skills like Phantasm and Warlock and whatnot. Then we've got Illusionist Celerity. Reduces recharge on illusion summoning skills by 20%. Then we have Main the Disillusion Skull. Shatter skills inflict torment on hits. So let's have a look there. Just clicking it for now. Don't know why. Okay, we see there. We got some torment. Even just one hitting with flipping staff 1. Jesus. You can see the amount of conditions that get inflicted anyway. Bleeding, burning, and vulnerability. And a stick of, torment on there as well. You're already piling up the conditions. It's kind of ridiculous. Obviously more damage if they're moving. So then we've got Master of Misdirection. So confusion you inflict lasts longer, reduces recharge of shatter skills. So it reduces your recharge of shatter skills, even though they're reduced quite heavily anyway, because you almost get them back instantaneously sometimes. And that is obviously 15% reduction time as well. And increased duration of 33%. So that's pretty nice. Master of Fragmentation. So your shatter skills are then improved. So 10% increase in crit to mind rack, cripple foes on hit from Cry of Frustration, and also strikes up to 5 targets within range of diversion as well, which is very, very, very good. This is a great skill for the daze, obviously, because dazing is really important. If you can use that in terms of downing opponents, or if you want to, you're in a fight and you need to, halt them, you need to daze them, you need to stop them from their momentum, this shatter can really, really help do that. If you're going for a res, if you're going for a down, similar as well, you can get some nice interrupts with that. So that's very strong in that. And then we've also got Distortion, reflects projectiles, and also Continuum Shift, slow nearby foes when returning to the original timeline. So that's very nice as well. Then we get the next line down. We got Inspiration, and we have Power Cleanse. So remove conditions from you and nearby allies. Cast Power Cleanse when you use a healing skill, so that's pretty good as well. Then we've got obviously more condition removal is good. Persisting images, so phantasms have increased health and spawn with retaliation. Now that's nice, isn't it? If they've got more HP, they're harder to kill, and they've got retaliation, then they're going to be doing some damage on themselves. So if you've got shatters, if you've got phantasms in the fight, there's some extra kind of AoE damage, I guess, if you want as well, coming out from the retaliation. Then we've got Inspiring Distortion, which is very, very strong as well. Grant distortion to nearby allies when you give yourself distortion. Amazing stuff. Let's see if we can find someone else. Let's see if we can find a friend right here. The giving others distortion, obviously, is very, very good, because we're not going to be able to do this, are we? Just find a random person. There we go. You can see distortion coming up on him as well. So basically what that does, obviously, it does what it says on the tin. Gain distortion, destroy all your clones and phantasms, gaining additional distortion for each one shattered. Obviously, you're going to be able to be super. So not only do you remove your conditions, you're going to be able to evade all attacks, and that's going to be especially useful in team fights when you're struggling and you're having massive problems with survival. You want to res, you want to down your opponents as well. Distortion is very, very powerful, and you need to make sure, obviously, that gets used. But the problem is with that, of course, shared distortion, is it prevents capture point contribution, which got changed a long while ago and needs to be remembered, because sometimes, and we saw this in season 1 couple of games already, it's been used, and obviously, people have lost cap points, but a lot more emphasis and importance on fights at the moment, whereas season 1 was more about getting the capture points and taking so long to get those cap points back in the first place. So just remember that distortion does that as well. It's very important. But all these shatters are now really, really empowered. This build is very nice. I think a lot of people obviously prefer it to the tanky kind of build. Obviously, the burst shatter build was the most fun that people have had with Mesmer, but this build is really solid as well. And it's nice to see the Mesmer in quite an okay spot, if you ask me. I actually think this build is very, very bloody powerful. This one's important as well. Restorative illusions. Heal yourself and lose conditions when you use a shatter skill. So obviously, condition removal, great. And then obviously the heal as well. Free illusion heal 1.4k. Now that's nothing to be crying about right there. Healing Prism. So when healing yourself, nearby allies are also healed. Gain healing power for each illusion you control. Increased healing. Good job. Good healing stats. Mental defense. So you get Phantasmal Defender. Summon an illusion that gives illusion of defense to nearby allies when it attacks. So illusion of defense, half of incoming damage is transferred to the illusionary defender. So pretty good. Kind of a bit like the Bulwark Jebro, I suppose. Which is great, okay? When you successfully block or evade an attack, which is going to be happening a lot, obviously, if you've got distortion, or if you're evading, or when you've got your shield out, 20-second cooldown as well, so this is going to be great for you. And how many targets is it? 5, there we go as well. So Chronomancer then, he's going to be the final one, of course. Time Splitter, so you get Continuum Split, of course. And then time catches up, so activating a shatter gives your illusion super speed. Very important, so you can get your shatters off as well, of course. Flow of time, gain alacrity for each illusion you shatter. So you're going to have a lot of alacrity coming out as well, because you're doing a lot of shattering. Then we've got illusionary reversion, so shattering at least 2 illusions generates a clone. So you get more shatters. You're starting to get the gist of what this build is about, aren't you? Really, you are. More illusions, phantasms recharging, more availability of condition removal and healing, a lot of sustainability for yourself, getting your mower back up, getting your things like your signet back up as well. It's all very, very, very important for this build. It's a really, really nice build. I like it a lot. Oh, I failed with that one. But with that signet anyway. Oh no, I didn't. Sorry, my bad. But basically, you can see, got those shadows back. Not the shadows back, got the 2 signets back, which means that you can pull off nice combos. And I'm not a good enough Mesmer to be able to pull off a combo where I can use all my shatters, then pop my signet, then pop my continuum split, and then, and also my mower, get all my shatters back and my signets, as if, nothing's happened. That's ridiculous. So not only am I going to get the recharge back, almost for free, I've got 3 recharges of my shatters there, and 2 recharges of my signets. It's awesome. Like, you got to be able to play it well. Like, I feel like, I'm just not quick enough. I'm just old. But I did okay there, just one time round. Maybe I'm not that bad, but you get the gist. You can recharge a lot of things with this build. It's pretty damn good. So let's go over the rest of it. While I shut up. Time marches on, you move 25% faster, obviously that's pretty good. Duration of incoming damage, impairing conditions is reduced by 25%, obviously versus another Mesmer or Necro that's going to be useful, or maybe a Druid. That was a fun one on Forest. Anyway, and then finally, Chronomancer is going to be your phantasms are resummoned after the first time they are shattered. Oh yeah. So this is all good. So happy days, happy times, and you can see there, gets reshattered, obviously, when I shattered it as well. What's the cooldown on that? I don't think there is. Okay. Let's have a look at that, actually. See how that works. Oh no, just killed the mob. Anyway, doesn't matter, apparently. But yeah, great little build. It's a lot of fun to play as well. Make sure you try and learn the ins and outs of it first, if you possibly can. I don't know if I showed you this before. This is Nightmare with Mercenaries, of course, with Staff, Sword, Shield. And then we've got Doom and Geomancy on both sets. Doom, obviously, not letting them sustain themselves so well, not being able to regenerate or heal as much. And then obviously, you know, bleeding is that extra damage as well. So, shield, shutters, heal, and cleanse, of course. We have a lot of cooldown reduction as well as, you know, Echo of Memory and Deja Vu as well on the shield, of course. The reduction in recharge of those. Nice AoE interrupting. Just good, you know, abilities, you know, good toolkit. You know, you've got a lot of utility with this build. It's absolutely brilliant. You know, the retaliation that comes out, more alacrity as well. Just recharging of phantasms, you can bring out a lot of damage with this build, even just through your shatters, you know, and almost your auto attack from staff, which is just ridiculously strong itself. You know, I mean, you can see here. Let's just do this. I do apologise as well. I'm pretty ill at the moment, so I'm not feeling too great. But I just wanted to put this out because it's just a fun, interesting build, you know. But, you know, hey-ho, the merry-o. And you can see there as well that we just get the shatter back. Sorry, we get the signet back, and then we get our shatters back there. But it is these four, just to note it's not continuing split, because if it was continuing split, it'd be ridiculously powerful, and we may all have to go home, and something would have to be done about that in the next balance batch, but we'll have to wait until next time for that. So, if you found this build useful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't, tell me below, and tell me also to grow some hair. Otherwise, I've been Jebro. Just a simple basic guide build through of this build. Not really seen it anywhere, so I just wanted to cover it very quickly and give you just a basic outline of what it's about. Thanks for watching, guys. Of course, mobility-wise, didn't forget to mention Blink and Portal being very, very key to the mobility of the Mesmer, to, you know, doing a lot of far pushing actually as well. I mean, if you Phantom, it's pretty much far push for life, but, you know, normally doing quite well in those. But also about leaving those portals in places so you can transport your team and yourself around the map, going for, you know, Lord Rushes as well. So Mesmer doesn't just bring some damage in the shatters and the cleansing and the healing, and the condition damage, it brings a lot of mobility as per usual, as well as transforms, of course, with the mower, which you cannot forget, especially when you've got something like an Elementalist, which is being, you know, ridiculously good for team support as well as, you know, cleansing allies. Stick him in mower, even if you don't get the kill, at the very least he's not able to offer up that support for an amount of time, so it's still very strong. And if you use continuous split, you're going to be able to get it twice, and that's going to be absolutely powerful in team fights, especially if you old Mesmer gets it and there doesn't. I've been Jebro, thank you very much for watching, see you soon, and take it easy. So let's talk about the meta build currently in PvP at the moment for the Engineer, and this is what I'm running my version of it as well. It's just really the same build. Sigils are always a thing that people like to change around, as well as, you know, rune